Ay, bago tayo mag-start sa Philippine Stock Exchange, recap natin for the week. Let's first answer, ano ba yung pinaka-effective na trading style at meron ba nito? For me, ang pinaka-effective na trading style is the trading style na nagwo-work for you. Depende yan kung effective ba sa iyo pagiging day trader, pagiging position trader, pagiging swing trader, kung ano yung nag-work sa'yo and hindi siya nagiging stressful sa'yo. Ayun yung pinaka-effective na trading style or yung pinaka-familiar ka kung paano siya gamitin. Simpleng moving averages ba yan? Or gumagamit ka na supports and resistance? Magamit ka ng trend? Magamit ka ng Ichimoku? Gumagamit ka ng mga stochastics, mga Bollingers? And napakarami pang iba. Ang pinaka-advice ko dito is kung ano yung pinag-aralan mo na trading style na tingin mo effective sa'yo. Makikita mo naman kung effective sa'yo yun by doing some backtesting and by trial and error kung tingin mo ito yung mag-work sa'yo. So, wala talagang perfect na trading style. Ang trading style na pinaka-effective ay yun kung ano yung nag-work sa'yo. Bawat isang tao may kanya-kanya siyang style na magiging effective sa kanya. May mga kanya-kanya tayong stress levels na pag ito yung ginawa natin, hindi tayo mahirapan mag-decide on whether we buy and whether we exit. Ito yung pinaka-effective na kailangan natin matutunan sa pag-trade. Hindi tayo aasa sa mga trading styles ng ibang tao or ito yung sinabi nila na effective sa kanila, ito yung nag-work sa kanila. We need to test it to ourselves para ma-identify natin if this trading style fits our strategy, our personality. Yun, kailangan natin malaman to sa sarili natin. So, tingnan muna natin ngayon ang nangyari sa Philippine Stock Exchange last week. So, last week, nag-close siya ng 6,897. Bearish yung pagka-close niya last week. So, nakita natin dito, sa ngayon, nagsusupport yung markets at 7,000 levels. Pero, overall, kung titingnan natin ang trend ng Philippine Stock Exchange, bullish pa rin, uptrend. Kita natin dito sa direction na to, ang trend niya is still upward or bullish pa din. So, next week makita natin this coming week kung ano yung magiging performance ni Philippine Stock Exchange. Currently, nagsusupport siya, may resistance at 7,000 levels. So, makikita natin kung next week ma-break niya ba yung 7,000 levels. Then, once ma-break niya 7,000 levels, we'll be expecting around 7,500 at this area na magkakaroon ng next support. Resistance dito. Pero so far, itong 7,000 level na to, ito yung nag-act as resistance niya as of the moment. So, let's take a look at the trending stocks and how they performed last week. First in our list is Ayala Land Corp. Ayala Land Corp, nag-close siya ng 35.30 last week. Uptrend, bullish siya. And so far, titignan natin yung breakout levels nito from this box, from the support level here, breakout, then continuous lang yung yung pag-uptrend niya, and very bullish. So, may nakikita tayo dito resistance on these levels. So, we expect na pag tumama dito, magkakaroon ng correction or magkakaroon ng pullback. Unless it breaks out on this resistance. And ang tinitingnan natin na next resistance level niya ay on this area. So these resistance levels could be your target price or dito ka na mag-sell if you already have a stock from this breakout. The next on our list is ICT. Si ICT, very bullish pa din itong stocks na to. Though last week nag-close siya ng red candle around 396. Pero it looks like a pullback or correction from going bullish on these stocks. Pero yun, makikita natin, very bullish pa rin itong stocks na to. And from this identified blocks, makita natin na uptrend pa din naman siya. For SM, sa SM, most of the stocks last week talaga nag-drop talaga sila. Probably nag-sell sila yung mga orders last week. So, for SM, nag-close siya ng 885 red candle. So far, kung makikita natin to, sideways yung movement ng stocks. Currently, nandun siya sa, pag ipa-plot natin yung box, bumalik ulit siya dun sa box. Sa planted box. So, if we wanted to have stocks, we wanted to buy some of the SM investments, then we can use the top of the box as our buy trigger. Pero yun, pag nagtuloy-tuloy siya pababa, this will be the cut loss dito sa support level ng box. Pero ito, meron tayo nakikitang resistance dito sa area na to. Sa 1,000 levels, 1,000 levels, nagkakaroon siya ng resistance. So, dito, potentially magkakaroon ng correction or kakaroon ng pullback pag na-hit na yun dito. Unless ma-breakout niya yun and potentially mag-continue siya for bullish trend. Next is BDO. Nag-close day siya sa 152.80 last week. Down day siya. Then, so far bullish naman yung tsura ng candles niya. Bullish pa naman, though wala pa tayo nakita significant breakout. Okay. Pero apparently, nandun siya sa above ng box if you will look at it. Pero meron talaga tayong makita resistance dito. Kaya, yeah, the resistance level. Plus, so pinaka-malakas stock for 2024. Even though nagkaroon ng pullback or pullback or correction last week, still nag-close pa din si DigiPlus Interactive ng positive or green candle na close at 22.50 last week. Very bullish pa rin itong stocks na to. Kanatik talaga na uptrending yung movement niya. Very bullish pa din. And ito wala pa rin nakikita malaking signs of weakness or signs of possibility of bearish signal on these stocks. Pero ito nga sabi ko na very risky ng bumili ng stocks from this point kasi if we are using the weekly candle, wala pa tayo nakikita sign for us to buy. Pero kung pupunta tayo probably on lower time frame to be daily, weekly, or daily, hourly, every 4 hours, baka meron tayo makita entry if you are trading on those candles sa lower time frames. Pero on the weekly time frame, very bullish pa rin siya pero wala tayong makita entry point has our buy signals. So, we need to be careful when trading these stocks kasi masyado na siya mataas and naghihintay na lang to for people to have a correction or sign of weakness to start going down. Next on our list is Security Bank Corporation. Kung titingnan natin ang weekly candles ng chart ni Security Bank, obviously very downtrend, very bearish to. Bearish yung stock na to on the weekly. Plus siya ng 60, nagsarado siya ng 60 last week. And kung titingnan din natin ang volume, taas ng volume ng madami yung mga nag-sell dito sa Security Bank. So, hindi siya ganun kaganda for me na titrade siya kasi very bearish yung yung movement niya. Next on our list is URC. Ganun din ang kay URC. Bearish siya. Very downtrend yung close ng candles niya. Last week nag-close siya as 91 pero makikita natin dito nagsusupport siya dito sa area na to. So, possible ang support area na to magkakaroon ng mga bounce dito. Possible na may mga bounce dito so for bounce traders, ito yung mga tinitingnan nilang opportunity to buy these stocks. But so far, kung ako, hindi ko pa siya iti-trade kasi hindi ako nagtitrade ng mga bounce. Usually, ang tinitrade ko is those stocks na may bullish signals and talagang meron siyang strong uptrend movement. Ayun. Then, mayroon din siyang dividend last August 29. So, ayun, baka marami din bumili. Try to enter the stocks for the dividends on August 29. We'll see next week kung magbabounce ba to or magtutuloy siya ng downtrend and i-break niya to support area na to. SMPH, isa sa mga holdings ni SM. These stocks, medyo iba yung nangyari siya compared sa mother company nila na SM Investments, si SM Prime Holdings. Nag-close siya ng 3.17% positive green candle last week. So, meron siyang mini uptrend dito. Bullish siya dito sa chart na to. Kung ipa-plot natin yung box is, ayun, meron siyang mga buy signals on this area. On these candles, buy signals. Then we are seeing some support on this area. Now, we could consider ours as our target price if we wanted to trade these stocks on the long term. Next on our list is Ayala Corporation. Nag-close din siya as negative last week, 605 close at 605. Medyo downtrend to pero nagkaroon ng bounce on these levels. And then siyang bounce dito. Pero yun nga, last week nag-close siya as red candle. Titingnan natin sa box naman. Pa-plot natin yung box nila. It's either dito or dito. Yan. Above the box pa rin naman. May continuation to pullback and correction for this week. And we can plot the resistance on this area and consider this as our target price. For Metrobank, sa Metrobank naman, dito makita natin meron siyang bullish uptrend movement. Pero from this week, naging sideways na lang siya. Pero merong, tapos nung last week nag-close siya na 73.50 red candle. Kung ipaplat naman natin yung mga box niya, above the box pa rin naman siya last week. So, tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging response ng stocks na to for the coming weeks. JFC. Si JFC naman, looking at the candles, green candle siya last week to 59.80. And maganda rin naman siya, uptrend. And nandito pa rin siya sa breakout ng box. So uptrend siya yung movement niya, pero meron siyang resistance dito. So konti na lang yung upside nito kung dito ka magti-trade. Ayun, mga 3% na lang. Kasi nag-expect tayo pag pumunta dito sa resistance, magkakaroon ng breakdown or pullback and correction. Yun yung expectations natin pag tumatama na resistance. So, we're expecting na magkakaroon ng resistance dito sa level. Next on our list is Bloom. Si Bloom nagkaroon ng bearish movement from this top to this down. So, makita natin nag-bounce siya. Last week, nag-close pa siya 7.87 green candle. Kung titingnan natin yung bigger picture, dito siya nag-bounce. Karoon siya ng bounce dito. So, if magtutuloy-tuloy yung bounce nito, pwedeng dito yung maging resistance niya. If magtutuloy-tuloy yung bounce, then either magkaroon ng correction after this resistance, or mabreak niya yung resistance and magkaroon ng continuation ng move ng bullish uptrend. Ito yung mga expectations natin for Blue. Tel naman, si Tel nagkaroon na correction last week. Nag-close siya ng 1,500. Negative 4.46. Pero so far, uptrending pa rin naman ang movement niya. So, let's see what's with these stocks next week. And dito yung pwede niyang making resistance kasi dito nagkaroon ng that big red candle on this candle. So, na-hit na niya yung 1,700 levels. Pero makita natin kung nagkaroon lang na talaga ng correction or pullback dito sa candle last week, and we'll see this week kung magtutuloy ba siyang bumaba or tutuloy siyang maas. Mer, on the other hand, has a good closing last week. Green candle 5.20. Nakita natin uptrend siya, and meron siyang dividend from August 27. Yun. Regardless of dividend siya, nag-close pa rin siya as a green candle last week. Uptrend siya, and dito sa box na to, if we will use this box, nagkaroon na siya ng nasa breakout siya ng box, and potentially uptrending pa din siya. If we look the bigger picture, very bullish yung stocks na to. Let's see yung sections na ito. Kung titingnan natin, yung 42-week high niya is under 429. So, papunta na siya sa 52-week high ng stocks na ito. Actually, yung 52-week high natin last week na naman yung candle last week. Pinaka-high ng candle last week. So, bullish tong stocks na to. Let's continue. BPI. Sa BPI, nagkaroon ng red close ka last week, 124.70. Currently on the sideways. If we check this box, ayan, pwede maging buy signal yung breakout ng box and magkaroon ng continuation for uptrend movement. Let's check. Ayun, papunta na rin sa 52-week high, actually 130.60. So, uptrend siya for this year. So, I think yun yung mga stocks na most active for the Philippine Stock Exchange. Tingnan naman natin yung mga potentially stocks na we could watch for this coming week. ASEN is on my list. Nagkaroon siya ng green candle closing for last week, and I am expecting an upward movement continuation dito sa stocks na to, and this will be my target price, this level, and I'm expecting this to move upward for the coming weeks. ASEN. Ayan. Kung makikita natin si Converge, meron siyang doji on this part. I'm signifying that traders are fighting if the bulls and the bears are fighting if magtutuloy ba to or magiging bearish ba to. So, let's wait until next week or this week kung ano yung magiging response ng mga traders for this Converge. Kasi kung titingnan natin yung resistance level niya, I can say na dito yung pinaka magiging resistance niya. So, if ever na magkakaroon ng pullback or correction, abot mo na siya dito bago magkaroon ng correction or mag-downtrend muna to. Then next on my watch list is Citicorp Energy Rate. Nag-close siya ng red candle last week at 3.04, and we can see this as a strong bullish stocks. If we plot the box, makikita natin na ito yung box niya, and I'm expecting these stocks to move upward pa din or magkaroon ng konting sideways on this weeks. Isa sa mga nagpaparamdam si DMCI Holdings. Strong close last week at 11.70. I'm expecting to break out this resistance area, then magkakaroon ng continuation. One of the strong stocks that I see last week, GSMI. So, congratulations sa mga holders nito. Meron pa siyang mga dividends noong August 21, and isang cash dividend na regular at saka isang cash dividend time na special. So, marami silang binigyan na dividend for the stocks on August, and nag-close pa siya na strong close lang 10.60 for last week. Then, strong uptrend po stocks na to. Let's see next week kung paano magiging movement niya. Currently, 52-week high natin itong stocks na to. So, let's see paano yung magiging movement niya for last week. And then, next on our list is Keeper. Keeper naman, isa sa mga bullish stocks for last week. Makikita natin uptrend yung movement niya. Nag-close siya ng strong close at 7.78% last week. And very bullish itong stocks na to. So we're expecting this to move. Continuation of the bullish trend for last week, or possible magkakaroon ng konti corrections or pullback for this week, then magtutuloy siya. Currently nasa 52-week high din tong skipper. Next on our list is Macro Asia Corporation. Ito medyo mahirap ituloy itong mga stocks na to kasi may mga bigla momentum breakouts, momentum candles na biglang matataas, then eventually magkakaroon ng mga red candles. So but this stocks looks promising kasi mabreak niya po resistance na to, then magkaroon ng mga konting pullbacks. We're expecting these stocks to move uptrend. Tapos si Marian na discuss na natin, and PSEI. So I think that's all for our recap.